Hi, my name is Daniel Miller of Miller & Miller Law Group. We help Sherpa clients up and down the legal mountain after a loved one has passed away. This week's frequently asked question is, when will I receive my inheritance from an estate? And I'm going to give you the lawyer answer. It depends. I can give approximate time frame, so let's start there. So there are 3 phases to every estate. Phase 1 is getting an executor or an administrator appointed by the court. So this comes usually with a few steps in between. Usually the first step in this phase is to determine who are the closest heirs of the person who passed away. Now, if the closest heirs are children and can be identified easily, the process is quicker. If the closest heirs are unknown or first cousins once removed, it can take a considerable amount of time. Once we know who the closest heirs are, we move to step 2. And step 2 is for the attorney to get to work and to prepare the paperwork and send it out to all the necessary parties. Step 3 is the waiting game. Now we're waiting for all the paperwork to come back from the necessary parties. If no one contests the will and all the paperwork comes back quickly, the process will be quicker, obviously. If people drag their feet getting the paperwork back or plan to contest the will, it will take longer. Step 4 is to submit everything to the court and await the court's review. Now, the courts in New York are busy, so it may take some considerable time for the courts to review everything. If the courts require more documentation, or if anyone contests the will or appointment of an administrator or executor, it will take even longer. So phase 1 is completed when an executor or administrator gets appointed. So based off the 4 steps I spoke about for phase 1, it can take anywhere from 2 months to a few years. And I know you're saying to yourself, great time frame, Dan, you're doing amazing. Sorry. Phase 2 is for the appointed executor or administrator, also known as the fiduciary, to marshal all the assets of the person who passed away and pay liabilities that they incurred prior to their passing. Now, it may be difficult for the fiduciary to retrieve all the assets of the person that passed away, or for instance, sell their real estate. They may end up also needing to file taxes for the person that passed away. It is recommended that the fiduciary not distribute all the funds in the estate for 7 months, as that is when creditors can assert a claim against the estate. So overall, phase 2 should take a minimum of 7 months from the date letters of administration or letters testamentary were issued. Phase 3 is for the fiduciary to account to the people who are inheriting and tell them all the work they did, all the money that came in, all the money that came out, and approximately how much they're going to get. The fiduciary should also send those people a release to release the fiduciary from liability for the job they did. Now, distribution to the people who are inheriting should not happen until the fiduciary is fully released from all the people inheriting. So overall, this phase usually takes a few months, but once again, can take years if someone thinks the fiduciary acted inappropriately or thinks they're entitled to more funds. So the short answer to the question after all of that is a person can reasonably expect to inherit funds a year to a year and a half after the lawyer gets involved if there are no hiccups along the way. If there are hiccups, it may take considerably longer. Thanks for watching When Will I Receive My Inheritance from an Estate? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more legal insights. Thanks.